Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to set up operational using Coolify and a VPS server. So there are a couple of steps we need to take. I have highlighted them over here. Let's start with the first one, set up a VPS. In this case, I have set up a VPS. I have an account with Hetzner and I'm using Ubuntu. I'm gonna take off this step. There you go. The second thing we'll need is a Coolify account, and we need to set up the Coolify with our VPS. So I'm gonna click on servers, add. I'm gonna name it operational, and I'm gonna click on the IP address, copy that, paste it in. Username is fine, everything is fine. Look, I have set up a SSH key and I'm gonna select that, but if you haven't, then you'll need to complete the step. And let's hit continue. Let's click on this big button. This is the step that will connect your Coolify account to the VPS. Yes, it's on. Okay, sweet. It's done. It's working. If it says proxy exited, just refresh the page and it's gonna say proxy running. That's fine. Now let's click on projects. We'll need to add a new project. I'm gonna name it operational as a tradition. Click on continue. Click on production. Now consider the step to be done. Tick again. We need to set up a Coolify project. That's something we just did. So I'm going to take that off. We need to create a MySQL database. This is super simple. Click on add new resource. And it's going to say MySQL over here. Just select this. Click over here. And click on start in this order. Okay, sweet. It has started. Amazing. Now we need the connection string. It says MySQL URL. I'm gonna click on the eye icon, copy this whole chunk. I'm just gonna paste it temporarily over here and take this off. Set up a Docker application. That's the next step. Okay, so I'm gonna go one step back, click on production. Click on new resource. We need to select this one, Docker image. Now operational has pre-built Docker images, so you don't need to compile it yourself. You can just select it. Where do you get the URL from? Go to the operational GitHub repo, click on packages, operational.co, the first one, and literally just copy this URL. Go back to Coolify, paste it in, enter, that's it. GG's. Okay. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take this off as well. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna relieve my, okay, that's fine. Now in this step we need to enter the env bars. So the first thing we need to do is we need to give it another, actually we don't need this. Okay, now let's set up env vars. This is where we tell our front end, which is the back end, and we tell our back end, which is the front end. So the first thing we're going to do is copy this URL and go to environment variables over here. Click on add. The first thing we'll need to do is this will be the app URL. Okay. So this env, by the way, will be used by your backend, and that's for your backend to know that, okay, this is your front end. All right. The second one will be database URL. So we're gonna go back one step. I'm gonna copy this MySQL connection string, paste it in, click on save. Okay. We'll also need another one. We'll need a port, and you usually don't need to set this because the port 2000 is used as a default, but sometimes Coolify doesn't pick it up, or sometimes there are issues, so I just add it in for safety. Okay, and what else we'll need? We'll need a backend URL. So let's go back to general. And here we need to make a modification because in this Docker file, we need to expose two URLs. All right, so untick this checkbox. Now we can freely edit this container labels. All right, so I'm gonna make some space over here. What this does is it creates a routers, and it has created one router, but it won't create another router automatically. I have tried it, but sometimes Coolify just barfs. So I'm literally gonna copy this 4 lines over here and I'm gonna paste it. For the first line, I'm gonna select the URL that Coolify has given us, paste it over here, but add API dash, right? This will create a completely new URL for our backend. And this is only for our backend exclusively, right? Entry point is HTTP service backend. This is all fine. I'm gonna add this in the instructions, so you don't need to worry about, oh shit, like where you get this command from. All right, so that's how you do it. And let's click on save. The save button is up there. Click over there. Okay, now we're gonna copy this URL. This is the backend URL, the URL that we just added. Go back to env bars, click on add, and this will be the white API URL. This tells our front end that, okay, this is the backend. All right, so click on save. We're just gonna double check all our URLs because they need to have this thing, HTTP or HTTPS. App URL is fine, database is fine, port is okay, fine, and this one. Okay, we need to add this thing. This is important. We need to add the HTTP or HTTPS, whatever we are doing. In this case, we are not using SSL, so we are only going to set HTTP. Okay. All right, let's go back and take this off. Okay, and then deploy. All right, so click on deploy. Seems like it's working. We are going back into configuration. I'm gonna take this for a spin. Paste the URL in the browser, see if something conjures up. Yay, okay, awesome. Get started, check. It's working, so it has connected to the backend, amazing. This is fine for now. Create account, I'm going to create my operational account. I'm using a temporary email for now, but I don't recommend doing this. You should always be adding your primary email where you can receive the emails, right? And create account. Because if something goes wrong, if you have to reset your password, then you're like, oh shit, out of luck. Click on next. Gotcha. Okay, sweet. It has been set up, and we're going to stroll into the playground and see if it works. So I'm going to send this event. It's just going to send it to itself. Click on send, event send. Okay, amazing. Go back to events. We can see that it's there. Great. That's it. That's operational. Now, the reason why we are separating the database from the application is because if something were to happen to your application, you can always restart it, or in the future, when we release updates, you can literally just redeploy it, and that's it. That's gonna automatically update everything. Your database remains pure, pristine on the side. The second thing is that I'm not going into push notifications because push notifications is a bit more involved, but I highly recommend setting up push notifications. At a glance, you need a couple of things. Number one, you need a SSL domain name. Without SSLs, it's not gonna work. Number two is you need to set it up as a PWA, which is a progressive web app. And the way you do this is once you set it up using SSL, an icon will show up over here. You click on the icon and it's going to say add to home screen, and you click on yes, and it's going to add it to your desktop, right, as a desktop app. Now it's up to you. If you don't want to use it as a desktop app, that's fine, but you need to complete that step. And then all you need to do is restart this whole window and click on allow push notifications. This is obviously involved, so I will be releasing a separate video detailing how to do this. Anyways, that's it for now. But if you have any questions, we have a Discord. I'm gonna link that down below, so yeah, check that out. All right.